Hello everyone. Go ahead and let's get started with my camera oriented properly. There we go. Hey, Strach here. I'm gonna get started with some gaming. Speaking of which, I probably messed up my title. There's just so much overhead streaming with YouTube. In any case, hello, I'm Strach. Um, we're doing science and technology for right now. That's fine. All right. Strach here. We're going to start off with some science and technology. I'll explain a bit more about that here in a second. I wanted to um, um, live. All right, I'll post this in the Discord. Well, before I was going to share some opinions about YouTube streaming. I think I'll share those towards the end. Um, right now, I'm just feeling negative about it because the setup for it prior to stream is a lot of hassle. For Twitch, it's a single button push, and then I'm live. No other setup necessary. With YouTube, there's all these different levers and switches and things that I gotta go fine tune in order to properly get streaming, and that is not ideal. But I don't want that to sour my opinion of a YouTube stream, so we'll give it a go. Here we go. So while we're loading in, I'll talk about what I'm creating. So if you're new to the stream, then you can have an idea of what to expect. So what I'm creating is a website, a family website. I don't have any. I was gonna type a Twitch command. I don't have those set up, and that's another thing is I have other integrations built into Twitch, which are nice. I don't want to focus on that now. We'll give YouTube streaming a review and decide on something going forward later. Um, but I'm creating a family website. This is the idea is it's kind of like going to be a dumping ground for my ideas and thoughts for apps. So if I want to spin up something really quickly, the idea is I can create a web app, create a URL to it from my base domain name, and then really quickly spin up new apps, new pages, and new things for me to use or try out. I can put things there like resume. I can put things like DBD wiki information that I find useful. I can anything that I find useful or that I navigate to, I can put on my own webpage and just have that be the one source of everything. So if I want to go, I don't know. It's still kind of a new idea. I'm not really sure what I want it to be. As you can tell, not very haven't haven't really fleshed out exactly what I want it to be. Um, because I really just want to get something functional. I want it to look good, but really to have something that's amazing, has all the bells and whistles, really takes a lot of effort and sometimes even just a team of people, which this is going to be a solo endeavor, so maybe I'll pull in other people if they're interested, but right now this is completely a solo effort. One of the main goals I want for my website is I want to create a recipe book. So a virtual recipe book where I can load up all of our family recipes, any other recipe that we ever cook ever, and then the idea is I want a meal planner so I can select recipes from a list of our known recipes. We can load those in. plan it out for the current week, and then generate a list of groceries from that list of recipes. So that way you can know what you need to go get and see what you already have in stock. So I think that'd be an interesting app and hopefully useful. And something like that is currently possible. I think there's probably apps that already do that. I've seen a few that kind of do that, but not quite the way that I want them to. And this being a family app and all, I can probably even link up my kids, my wife. They can have accounts and somehow interact with that. They can like their favorite recipes. They can request things, or they can just tell me in person. But hey, website people. Hey, Soccer Mom, welcome to the stream. You found it really quick this time. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Sorry, I said that like it's a group thing. We, as in me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I are glad that you are here. All right. I am starting a little bit late. I had a bit of a headache earlier, so I lied down for a bit, which I didn't have an opportunity to do that because I was watching the baby. After a 15-minute power nap, I was fine. So I just needed a small break, and we started late because of it. So boo hoo, deal with it. So all that I just talked about with my about the website, that's kind of what I want going forward. Right now we're working on the infrastructure. Um, um, I was gonna say something, go on a different tangent, but I decided against it. We're not gonna go. Damn. Right now I'm working on what's called the infrastructure. Oh, did it? That's awesome. And I haven't linked up my Discord yet, so I have to manually post there. We'll talk about my experience with YouTube streaming a bit later. But that's good that you got here. If all the 4 people that are in my Discord server, all 6, 5, they can come and watch me if they've been paying attention. Otherwise, I don't know how visible I am on YouTube. Twitch does a good job of. Anyways, that's a sidetrack. Let's not go down that road. But anyways, as I was saying, like right now I'm working on the infrastructure of the website. So I'm not actually developing the front end of the website or even the back end. And those words just mean front end is what you see. The back end does all the logic. So anything that you see that does interesting things, like shows interesting data, interesting charts, has interesting interactions, that's all back end. That's processed and then sent to the front end to be shown to the user. That is something I need to do, but before I can even do that, I need a process where I can test, build, and deploy my website in an automated fashion. Because currently I'm able to deploy my website, but I have to do a lot of button pressing, a lot of configuration in order to get that out. So to get new changes out is quite a process, maybe like 30 minutes to make sure everything's proper and pushed. With a proper pipeline, I can shorten that down to as little as 5 minutes. And it'll happen automatically. I press a button, it does some tests. If the tests pass, it builds it, and then sends it. So that's where I'm at. Part of that is setting up these Amazon resources dynamically. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm kind of like talking a lot. Is that grandstanding? Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. I'm delaying because I don't know. I'm not looking forward to doing this. Not all development is fun, and I don't know. Right now, Terraform isn't sounding fun for me, but it needs to be done. So, yeah, I'm dragging my feet a little. And we need to stop. Let's get started. I put it under build, Terraform. If we ever have Docker, Docker will go in the build directory. So, few notes. I'm saying this out loud if for your information, if you care, but kind of for myself so I remember. I rewatched my stream. I realize I'm falling into bad habits verbally. I tend to speak too fast. I tend to forget to enunciate, and sometimes I eat my words. Meaning like I don't completely. That means I don't enunciate. So That's something I want to try to focus on today. Yeah, it's something we got to suffer through. Yeah, the Rubik's Cube. I haven't mixed it up yet, but maybe. To be honest, I enjoy. Whoa, that's broken. To be honest, I'm not interested. I like the Rubik's Cube, but I don't know if I would be engaged enough in a Rubik's Cube stream. Um, Sounds like you're all in for the idea, but I don't know. I don't know if I could stand it. I mean, I like the Rubik's Cube, but I don't know if I couldn't do it repeatedly. It's not something I en- enjoy to do on a schedule. It's just whenever I want to fidget with something. It's something I do to fidget. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, um, and that's fine. Um, you're of course entitled to your own opinion. I forgot what I was looking for. So I wanted to. This is a slight sidetrack. This is not showing up properly, and I want to know why. If I can find out real quick, then that'd be great. But I do critique myself to some extent, and as long as it's not destructive, then self-critique is fine. But so is listening to the opinions of others. Git commit count is what we're looking for. That gets sent in here. Okay. So this is sent to prompt git commit count. We're going to just do a quick test. So basically I'm saying I'm expecting this to execute. If it doesn't execute, actually, I don't even need that. We see the log message, so we know that this executes. So for whatever reason, the commit count is empty. Now, why is that? So we're going to throw in here git commit count. So this does some magic that will populate these variable names. It truly is magic. Actually, I don't actually need these variables. I think I could probably actually remove them. I keep them here just for readability. So when I come back and read this code, I know what variables are being set. So it makes sense where they come from. Because this, like I said, it does some non-orthodox stuff. But working with Python scripts in the shell within which they're running is kind of tricky. And I know I'm throwing a bunch of words out there for you soccer mom, so I'm sorry about that. In any case, echo displays stuff to the user. So basically, I'm saying display the value of this variable. When I put a $sign in front of the variable name, this references the variable. In any case, let's go ahead and open up a vertical screen and see what happens. Let's go into a repository. We see the log now. Strange. Why didn't we see it before? Like, we don't see it here. But why? We see it over here, but not over here. But what's that makes zero sense. Okay, we're in different repositories. Okay, so the one on the right is working, the one on the left is not, and that is just so bizarre. What does that even mean? I would expect this to, like, we're missing this, the 20 right here. It shows up on this side. So I thought a reload would fix the issue, but apparently not. I'm a little baffled. Holy crap. What is going on? My only thought is when I connected to Tmux, I did something incorrect. So one more look at this little issue that we just saw, and then we'll dive into Terraform. I know this is me distracting myself from what I have to do. Again, I know. I realize that. I accept that I'm doing that right now, but I'm going to look at this anyways. I think it's called Tmux. There it is. So this is and that's fine. I don't mind like showcasing my code. In case like if you've looked at this and you're wondering like what why is this the way it is? Um, this is some magic that does stuff. It lets you pass in. It's it's a bunch of fancy crap. Um, what this does, because the whole reason I created this is I wanted to be able to use SSH, which stands for Secure Shell. Secure Shell. It's a way that you can connect to a remote computer via the command line. So I can connect to my work computer via SSH, and I can connect to the computer at the university. I can connect to my own computer via SSH. But the issue is I want to be able to connect to Tmux. Tmux displays things in fancy ways, and to do that remotely is kind of tricky. And so this does some magic. And this is the issue. That is the issue. See it right away. So the bash profile, this was correct at some time, but it is no longer correct. And I think that's why we're not seeing anything. So and I can prove it, I think. So if we bash with no RC, this is what bash normally looks like. We can source our bash profile. And then if we go into our this one, it shouldn't. I would have expected it to get the old behavior. Interesting. In any case, the issue seems to be this. I think. So I want to go to bash profile. What's in here? There's nothing in here. Bash RC. What is there a bash profile set up for me? The bash profile source is the bash RC. Okay, that's all it does. So, okay, this is actually fine then. I thought that was an issue, but it might not be. Hmm. We'll have to debug that another day. I don't want to spend more time on that. I'm not sure what's going wrong. The bash profile is a way to configure a interactive session. The bash RC and the bash profile is loaded every time the interactive shell, like we're in right now. This is an interactive shell. I'm interacting with it. You can run programs without actively interacting with it. So I can run programs in the shell, but not run by me, the user. It can be run by other scripts. It can be run remotely. It can be run in a whole bunch of different ways. And those kind of things can source in the bash RC, which sources in some special functionalities and tools. But the bash RC should only be loaded in once. And that's where the issue is if you... I might be missing up some understanding of it. I've read up on this at one point, and I'm not solid on my understanding of it anymore, so I think I'll just shut up there and we'll go back to Terraform. What a day. Okay, before I'm kind of just prattling off on random tangents. It's time to get focused. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Calm down there, bud. So, this is what we need to get done. This might not make a lot of sense if you're not familiar with Terraform, but this is what I'm not looking forward to. So this is a lot of manual setup. We're going to go manually set up some resources. Yeah. And it'll be something. So let's go figure out how to do that. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm actually going to do some Googling. Let's go ahead and close out some of these browsers that we don't need because they're just eating up CPU that we need. We will want this at some point. Can I pin? That's the thing. Let's go ahead and pin these because we're going to be using them. I'll pin that one as well. This is another one that I'm going to use as a reference, so we're okay to pin that. But I just have too many things open. This will also pin because we're going to be referencing that a lot. We'll also pin that. I just hate how much space really that it's taking up. That we can close. What is this page? Does this have any significant information? It does, but I can always find it later. Same with this. Okay, now that we've cleaned up our app, or our browser page, let's go ahead and look up how to do things. Setup, state file, and S3. So I'm pretty sure I could do this on my own without looking it up, but it doesn't hurt to make sure. Medium, actually, there's a lot of developers that post things on the Medium website, so it's a good source of finding ideas. It's not good for finding solutions always, but it's a good place for ideas because their solutions are often very tailored. Like this one's also from Medium. This is tailored to their specific experience, but I tailored it to my own. So they still had a lot of useful information, but you got to be careful sometimes because you can go down rabbit holes when you do this. Okay, this is kind of like what I wanted to know. What I was about to do was go in and manually set up these resources. I think I might be able, and I thought I might be able to do it dynamically, but how? This might be how. I wish I could have my VM on multiple screens. Here, actually, I'm not going to do that. I have two screens, so I am going to use two screens. I'm just going to copy this. We're going to get using so much CPU on my computer right now, but that's okay. I can afford to use that much CPU because I have a powerful CPU, not super powerful, but one that can handle this. There we go. So I have this now on my own screen, so we're not going to look at it anymore, and I'll look at it on my own. So I'm using a cheat sheet now. Okay. So we need to go to and what I'm partially worried about here is convention. I want things to be conventional. Currently I have my Terraform settings here, which isn't correct. So let's see if we can find out what the convention is. I misspelled versions. Oops. Version. That's not what I want. File. I know. Usually you can put Terraform settings into a version file, and that might be a convention. No, this is going to tell me how to define a backend, but not necessarily where it should go. All right. So I guess this is up to our own discretion then. So I know this is adding more files that we probably don't need. But I'm going to move this. It's complaining because the local state file doesn't comply. That's fine. Does it really matter though? I don't think it matters. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We won't save, and we'll just keep everything here. Maybe I'm gonna move. So move is a command that you can rename files. What it does is I've done a poor job of explaining pointers. We talked about like null pointer before. But a pointer is like an address book kind of. If I were to snip out the addresses in address book, those snippets of paper, that is what represents a pointer. It isn't the actual location, it's a reference to where the location is. So I can write down an address, like let's say write down Fubar Lane. That might not exist, but still it's a reference. So it can be a reference to something that exists, a reference to something that doesn't exist, or I can just have an empty piece of paper. An empty piece of paper is what a null pointer is. It's just a reference to nothing. I don't know if I explained that right. But anyways, in memory, it's expensive to move memory around. Here, I'll try my whiteboard once. So this is a block of memory. Let's say we have an address right here. This is where our file is located. This is the file. Let's say I want to rename the file, or I want to move this file to a different location. Let's say I want to move that file to this folder. It can be expensive to delete this memory or to copy this memory, because to copy this memory, I need to save it to a different location, or even I can copy it to this location. But sometimes when you copy things, you have a temporary location, and then from there, you send it to here, and then you remove both of these. And that can be expensive and waste a lot of memory that you might not have. So an easier solution is just to have a pointer that says you want to move this file over there. We're going to say you have a pointer, and now you're part of this file. So now the folder just points to the location, or the folder has a reference for this file within it. It doesn't have the file in it, it just has a reference to the file, if that makes any sense. So what move does is it reallocates this pointer. And pointer isn't the right terminology to use here, but I'm just going to stick with it. There's better terminology to use. So instead of saying this, it's like we're going to create a new file, we're going to rename it something else. Instead of pointing at this old one, you're now pointing at here. Or sometimes it can be the other direction. It can be like this file. We're going to say it belongs in this location, but instead we're going to say it now belongs in this location. I don't know if that's a good enough explanation, but that's what move does. It moves references around, but it doesn't always move the actual files or the actual data. And that's where we get fragmentation and other interesting things. FG, by the way, stands for foreground. When I explain, I've mentioned this before, but the reason I explain things is because whenever I was in school, whenever I had someone show me things, it frustrated me that they never explained the simple stuff. Like, so I eventually figured things out, but it was frustrating. We're going to move providers to version. It's a little improper to have provider information in there, but I don't care. So a little bit on the background. When I press Control Z, you'll see it says stopped. That's because I sent something to the background. And if I want to go back to the foreground, if I want to bring that job back up, I can specify foreground 1. But if there's only one job, then specifying just foreground will bring the only job to the foreground. Okay, so we have a backend here. We're gonna call this something different. Let's call it the Johnson's Terraform backend. That's gonna be our bucket that I haven't created yet. The key, what's a good key name? So they have a name for their key called this, but why? Give me a second. I'm doing some reading. Probably should do this reading on here. I'll pull it on screen so we can read together. This is another medium. It's a different one talking about workspaces. And we've talked about that before. Basically, it lets you deploy the same thing into different spots, whether it's a staging environment, a prod environment, um, or just a different region, like they mentioned. Okay. Tree. Who uses tree? Yeah, this will be a good article to keep. Let's throw it in our background, background, all the same thing, right? Can I move? There you go. We'll come back to that later. So what should my key? I'm not exactly sure what a S3 bucket key actually represents. So I'm not sure what a good name for it is. So let's understand what these keys are. Right. That was my understanding, that a key was the file name while the bucket is kind of like the folder. An S3 bucket has a flat architecture though, so it's not really a folder. It's just a pseudo folder. That's just the same page. Okay. What's a good name? Any ideas? I don't want to name it backend because that's the name of the folder, the bucket. I'm not sure what to call this. I don't know if it matters at this point. We can just call it whatever. Configuration, I guess we'll call it that. Sure, we'll encrypt it. We'll see what that entails later. Region, and then, oops, DynamoDB table. And the DynamoDB is another Amazon resource. We're gonna use it to keep track of our. Basically, what it does is it creates an entry whenever someone interacts with Terraform. Because the issue with Terraform is when multiple people want to do it at the same time. So let's say I have, we'll say someone else, John Doe. John Doe wants to write to Terraform. He starts applying some changes to Terraform, and then I start doing it at the same time. Without a lock table, both of our changes will conflict and argue, and bad things will happen. So what a lock table does is when John Doe starts his interactions with Terraform, he acquires a lock, and an entry is placed into this Dynamo table. And then let's say I start doing my interactions with Terraform, I attempt to acquire a lock from the Dynamo table. It makes an entry, but it sees that there's already an entry there, and so it returns to me nothing. It says someone already has the lock, you can't do anything. It waits until John Doe is done. Once he's finished, the lock is released, and his entry is removed, and then I'm able to access Terraform from that point on. That just ensures that only one person is changing things at the same at any given time, and not multiple people changing. Because the reason that's dangerous is, let's say John Doe is adding a resource, and that resource depends on this S3 bucket, and then I'm applying changes that will remove that S3 bucket. That's now bad because he's applying changes that have a dependency that it expects to exist, and Terraform thinks it exists, but then I go and remove that. you can cause some nasty things to happen. And using a lock table in that same scenario, if he were to deploy his resources with that dependency, if I were to do my change, it would give me an error saying you can't do that. There's a dependency. Anyways, we're gonna use a fun feature. This is a simple Vim plugin called Tabular that does that. It makes everything so pretty. Look how pretty it is. So I guess I can, if I'm going to read this off screen, might as well just read it with you. So they're going to use a module. I created this module directory just for this purpose. I can create my own modules. We discussed this briefly previously. So basically, Terraform is not code, but we can treat it like it's code in order to have a similar workflow as if we were working with actual code. So this is an abstraction of Terraform. It's similar to a class in Python that we've seen. I define a template of sorts, the expected attributes and parameters that we instantiate it with. I say that in quotes because it's not a class, it's not instantiated, it's none of those things, but we can pretend it is just for the sake of discussion. We define all of that, and then we can actually use the resource, use the module, and then send it the actual information to populate this data. So it's a way that you can templatize your code in a meaningful way. So let's go ahead and do that. Modules, we'll call this backend.tf for Terraform. Right now, I'm literally copying line for line. Oh. I see what they're doing here. Okay, I misunderstood what they were showing me. Okay, so I have another cheat sheet over here. So basically, I'll bring these two over here at the same time. Then we can close this. So I'm breathing into my mic a lot. I can hear my own breath. I apologize if that's showing up on stream. So basically, they're defining a source for this module, saying that the configuration for this module exists somewhere else. Instead of defining it here, they're defining it somewhere else. And this is where it's defined. And this uses a lot of their own stuff. Hey, Zax is playing Dead by Daylight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy their stuff and not use their module. I don't want to have a dependency on their module because they can change it, and I don't want to be subject to their changes. I just want to have my own changes. And we might as well do a quick check just in case, because copying code can be a risky thing to do. It usually isn't an issue in personal projects, but if this is code that I'm pushing publicly, which at the moment I'm not, then a license is an issue because if you're benefiting off of someone else's work, you can be liable for that. So let's just check out what their license is. It looks like they have an Apache license. And here, GitLab or GitHub is nice. It shows you what this license does. There's a bunch of different names. What I have on mine, my repositories, we can actually take a peek at that if anyone's curious. And if you're not curious, then too bad. I have a license for mine as well. Mine's called the MIT license. Basically, this is something I copied from the internet. You can find these licenses online. Basically, it says this is free for anyone to use. Use it however you want. Even if you want to sell code that uses this, that's okay. But I am not liable for anything that breaks because you use my stuff. If it breaks, it's on you. But you're free to use it. That's what it means. There's different kinds of licenses that you can use that you can supply. But this is all part of the open source movement with Linux. That's the whole idea of Linux, is back in, and this is me quoting like history as I've been told, not as I've lived it, but back in the day, there was issues with software because it was all proprietary, and it was very difficult to coordinate or to implement new things that were being invented or discovered, and it was a very close society, and it was very difficult to make changes quickly. So the open source movement, which is in part, it was led by a lot of people, but the person that gets a lot of credit for it is Linus Torvalds. He's a Swedish, Finnish. He's the one that's responsible for the modern Linux kernel. There's a lot of people that were involved in that, not just him. He's just the biggest name. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can look up Linus Torvalds, and the name Linux is actually derived from Linus. So if you're curious about that, now you know. Interesting guy. But the whole movement that he was a part of was to I keep hearing my breath in the mic. That's anyways. The whole movement was to make it so that way people across the globe would collaborate and create code and not hoard it to themselves. So they'd come up with a cool discovery to make computers faster instead of making it proprietary, locking it behind paywalls and all these different things to make it difficult to progress as a society. They wanted to just make it all free for everyone. So they created their own operating system. They created everything for free and produced it to the world for free. So everyone could use computers however they wanted and not be limited by a business, not be limited by corporations to do things. So that's what these licenses are also for. The open source movement is still alive and active today. And actually, Windows, Mac, or Windows, Apple, in some, they've been very stubborn and very resistant against this open source movement because they want to keep their code and earn money from it, of course. But they've actually been integrating Linux and some open source opportunities into their designs, which is awesome. They've become more malleable now than they have had in the past. And like I said, this is me telling you as I've heard it and not as I've lived it. So someone that's older and wiser and has lived through it might have a different experience to share. In any case, this Apache license is part of that open source movement. So is my MIT license. There's some licenses people still want to use their code or want credit for their code. The MIT license that I'm doing, I don't care about credit. You don't have to give me credit. You're free to do whatever you want with my code as you wish. The Apache license mentions there. I mean, there's some. I forget exactly what it is entitled to, but I'm okay to use it. Is all that we need to get from this. This is a good discussion to have. It's good to look at. I'm okay talking about this for a second. It's a good thing to keep in mind before you just copy and paste code from someone else. And like I said, this isn't actually a concern for me because this is a private project, which I'm not going to profit off of. But if I ever do profit off of it, then I do need to be aware of the licenses and things that I've incorporated. And that's, by the way, talking about licenses and incorporating other things. I've mentioned that my dot files, this is actually more or less copied, like 70% copied from someone else completely. I've done a lot of configuration and customization, but this person is responsible for my current implementation. And I think they have an MIT license as well. Let's take a peek. Yeah, they have an MIT license saying, do whatever you want with this. I don't care. If you make money off of it, I don't care for the credit. Just use it. And the whole idea of like having MIT license is just providing code that makes people's lives easier. We don't have to rediscover the wheel every single time someone starts to learn development because we've shared it free to everyone. And that's the whole idea behind open source, is not having each individual developer start from the ground up, but actually being capable of standing on the shoulder of giants, as Isaac Newton said, I think. I think that's his quote. I'd like to say it's his quote, but what do I actually know? So I forget how this actually works. So I'm gonna have to do some more googling. Terraform local module. They reference the remote module, and I think I can just do a relative path to wherever the module is located, but I just need to make sure. This is what we're interested in. So this actually is a good idea. I wonder if there is an AWS. I was before I even said what I was about to say. I was like, wait, that's a dumb question. There is an AWS module. I'm already using it. This is just a specific configuration for an AWS module. I need to think for a second. My inexperience with Terraform is showing right now. Go ahead and write the resources. So we're going to create an AWS. I need to figure out this auto pairs. The auto pairs is frustrating sometimes to work with because it doesn't. When I delete this, it doesn't delete the pair. And anyways, so we're going to create an S3 bucket. We'll call it backend. Why not? I'm copying right now from this website. Oops, fat fingers. So this is defining the bucket name. This prefix is going to be useful. The ACL, I forget exactly, I forget what all these terms mean, so you'll have to forgive me. And I don't think we actually need these quotes with the version of Terraform that we're using. I think we just need the brackets. I need to do some more Googling. Because they changed their syntax between versions, and I forget exactly what version I'm used to working with. So this is why I need to Google some things, because I don't remember. Right. I didn't think I needed the quotes. I think that's the outdated version of. Does it just know? Is var just a keyword that it knows about? I think so. Yeah, I think it's okay with that. So they have an older version, or they're using old syntax, which still works. But so versioning, this is for the S3 bucket. Versioning, it helps you modify the versions of your S3 bucket. Yeah. So this lets you, whenever you're storing state information or potentially sensitive information, like if I want to store a password, a user's password, they type a password into my website. Best practice is to never actually store their password on your website. They type in foobar, and that is their password. Before it even gets sent over the net to the backend to get processed and saved into a database, it gets encrypted, changed, and then sent. And then whatever's saved in the database is not actually your password. It's some sort of mangled mess that they've converted using some sort of encryption that they're able to undo. So they do that and they save that mangled mess in the database, and that's your password. And whenever you do a verification, it takes out that mangled mess, it unencrypts it, decrypts it rather, and then compares it against your actual password, all on the client side, so that way nothing sensitive can be leaked. So that's what part of why this is important to do, or it can be important if you care about the information being sent back and forth. And in this case, it doesn't hurt. So actually, this kind of stuff is things that I would have to look up and figure out on my own, which is why I wanted to look up to see if someone already had a configuration. Because setting up these resources and figuring out this takes time. And if I can just copy and paste, then why not copy and paste for now? I understand what I need set up. I don't want to have to read the documentation a bunch if I don't need to. This is interesting. Normally, don't have resources that are named the same. These are different types of resources. So I'm naming a resource, the type of resource, and then the name for that type of resource. Having these named both backend is confusing, but we'll keep it for now. And see, I'm referencing right now the S3 bucket, AWS S3 bucket, which is this thing. So I'm accessing that similar to something. I was gonna come up with an analogy, but it eluded me. You notice, like I said, I'm copying and pasting, but I'm not actually copying and I'm not actually pasting. I like to write in the code myself because I like to know what's in there and make changes as I write it. I don't like to just blindly copy what other people have written. I like to understand why it's being written, why it's being added. And when I write it in myself, I can focus on that. I can focus on what this actually means and why it's here. We'll do this fancy thing to align our code. And we want this to also be tabbed properly. Okay. AWS DynamoDB table. This is going to be our lock table. This will make it so that way. And the only reason I need a lock table, really, is because automation, which we haven't set up yet, like my GitLab CI pipeline, it's going to make changes eventually. And if I want to do changes at the same time, I don't want to butt heads with it. So having a lock table now is actually smart, even though I'm the only developer working on this project. What's a good reason? Sorry, I missed the context in which you responded. Oh, for writing things out. Yeah. I mean, it's dangerous to just, when you look at code, I'm like, I have no idea what that is because I've never seen it in my life. And it's like, well, you put it there. Why don't you know what it is? There's this funny thing. It's called git blame. Okay. What? Garbage. Anyways, git blame tells you who wrote what line of code. Git knows, it tracks even that far. Like, that's why git is useful because it tells you who wrote what code, how it's been changed, who changed it, when they changed it, sometimes even why they changed it. It keeps track of all that information. Yeah, I agree. We'll have a chat about YouTube versus Twitch a bit later. I have some gripes with it too. So this syntax right here, this is DynamoDB stuff. Go ahead and tabular this. Okay, so let's reorganize some things. So we have this called backend. Let's go ahead and go into the modules directory. Actually, we're going to do a push directory into modules. That's a little different than cd, which is change directory, because it pushes my current location, which was here, onto the stack, and then it moves my new location to here. Stack, that's a new word that I've introduced. Basically, a stack is like a cup. Where I am is at the top of the cup. I want a new location. I push that my current location down to the bottom, and I put my new location on top, and this is my current location. I can pop off the stack and take this location off and throw it away, and then my new location will be the original one, if that visualization made any sense. So I've pushed this to the bottom of the cup. This is now our current location until I do a pop directory, which will remove and send us back to our old one. Oops. And showing the DIRS shows that it got rid of it. Anyways, that's that explanation. So I want to do a backend like this as a directory. Then we're going to move the backend files into backend. Remember, this is just moving the pointers around, the references. It's not actually moving the files themselves, but that's a relevant detail, I suppose. And then we're going to move this to the main TF. So this is now a module. I've created a module called backend, which is defining a set of resources. Wow, they've really got a lot of files. They've really thought out their configuration. And I don't really want a huge, but the stuff that I'm copying from them, they have a lot of explanation about why they're doing the stuff that they do. Oh, here has license. That's awesome. Well done. So they define how to use their stuff, but I don't want to use their stuff because Because it's an MIT license, or because this is a repository, it's liable to change. And I don't want liabilities in my code. So I want something similar to what they have, exactly what they have, but I don't want their stuff, if that makes any sense. So I just opened up a bunch of their other files. That's what these tabs are. It's a bunch of files that they've defined. Some of them are long, some of them are not. And I'm going to see what kind of stuff I can borrow. All right. What is this file and why are we adding it? Backend roles. Okay. I accept that. So something we're doing, let's go ahead and touch these files. These files don't exist. Touching them will make them exist. See, they exist now. We'll have an about. This is using markdown syntax. There's just special symbols you can do. The hashtag, the octothorpe, as it's actually called, before some text will make a header, which is larger to see. Let's add these to our dictionary because those are fine words. Backend configuration for Terraform state and log files. I can add more information there later, but for now that's sufficient. We'll go into here. I like their comment here, so I'm going to add it. I think that might be fine to have for development purposes. We're creating an IAM role. An IAM role is similar, like in Discord, we have different roles that I can assign to people. An IAM role is similar to that, but for AWS. So I can assign someone a role temporarily, and you can assume a role. So like right now, myself, I won't be able to access anything as myself. I need to assume a role. I have permissions to assume certain roles that I will give myself, which is kind of weird. But I can control other users and control what roles that they can have, very much like a Discord server. And that just keeps things safe. So that way I don't accidentally mess things up by doing things I shouldn't. Sometimes it makes sense, for example, to have a role that I can't use because it's doing dangerous things. So I'll assign those, for example, to automation. They'll do the dangerous things like destroying my stack and redeploying it. I can mess that up. Automation is very cookie cutter and is less likely to mess that up. They can have that role where they're not going to make any human errors like I would. By the way, I know that I keep on explaining these things. I know that that might not be interesting to everyone. Not everyone will care. I share this information both for your benefit if you do care, or if you do find it interesting, and for my own. Reiterating these topics helps me verbalize my internal understanding of things. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. If you need an explanation, if not, there you have it. Wait, why do they have a comment here? A description. They have this comment just says the exact same thing. That's silly. Fat fingered that one. So we have a resource. I'll talk about that in a second. Fat fingered that one as well. So you'll hear me, here's the command bar or command, I forget what it's called for Vim. I can run specific commands down here. Whenever I press, I'm in normal mode right now. When I'm in normal mode and I press colon, I can type commands that do special things. W means write, Q means quit. I think X means write and quit. I don't use that one that often though. And there's a few other commands that you can write. If I tab, I can see all of them. There's a lot of crap that you can do. If I press V, I enter visual mode. You'll see that change here. Visual mode means I can select text and do different things. I can also press I, which sends me into insert mode. And then that lets me write text. So you'll see those different modes when I press those keys. Vim has a ton of key bindings. It has a steep learning curve. It's very frustrating to work with at first, but as soon as you figure out the key bindings and master a few basic things, it's actually really convenient to navigate a file and do things. So I haven't, the only reason I've touched the mouse is to go to my host machine and look at things. With Vim, you don't ever need to touch a mouse, and that's awesome. So we're defining a data. This is a resource thing that we've created. I was gonna say a resource, but that sounded weird. This is a resource. There's another type of thing, another type of resource that's called data. It doesn't define an AWS resource. It defines the data that is attributed to that resource. So this is referencing something that we haven't created yet. And then it's calling a function called .json, which is a type of notation to organize data, similar to how Terraform is a type of notation to store data. I'm talking too much and not typing. I can talk and type at the same time, can't I? So what we just created above is the role. Now we need to create the policy. The policy is responsible for defining what the role can do. So here is going to define what exactly are you and aren't you allowed to do. Good practice when dealing with Amazon is called the least permission rule or something like that. I forget what the actual policy or rule is called, but basically an entity, like me as a user, that's an entity. Someone accessing AWS should have the least amount of permissions possible in order to do what they need to do. So this kind of a role that I'm setting up right now is actually kind of counterintuitive. You don't want to give someone full permissions to do whatever they want. For now, I'm okay in putting this in place because it might be useful for me during my development process. But you want to restrict people as much as possible and only give them exactly what they need and no more. That prevents you from accidentally messing things up. If you give someone too much permission or too much power, they can accidentally screw things up, and that's no fun. So here I'm accessing the role and telling it I want the role that's called backend_all. And I'm being very trusting of their code right now. This all looks familiar, so I'm okay with it. But I'm not exactly. We'll probably go back and look at the resources ourselves, read the documentation, and see what else we need to add. But for now, for a basis of what we need to get done, I'm okay setting this up. So it's kind of funny. In order to start working with Terraform, I need to have a backend configured. That's what we're doing right now. We're configuring the backend. I was going to do this manually, but then I did a quick search and found out that my gut feeling was right. We can automate the process instead of manually setting up those resources, which is nice because then I can tear those resources down. So in order to work with Terraform, I need to have a backend. So I'm creating that backend in Terraform, but in order to do Terraform, I need a backend, right? So it seems a little redundant or recursive in nature. But that's okay because the backend for this backend is going to be our local file system, and it'll deploy things properly. And then that isn't going to change much, so it's okay if the local configuration is destroyed or removed, because I'm not going to modify those resources often. So, anyways, I just wanted to point out that redundancy because I thought it was amusing. If you didn't follow that, then that's okay. That might be on me. Let's go ahead and make this pretty. Making Terraform pretty is important because it makes it readable. And aligning things like that, it just lets you clearly see where the values are. When it's all unindented and whatnot, it makes it a pain to read. It really does. Okay, so this count is something interesting that I'll talk about in a second. It's an interesting construct that's been introduced, not recently, but it's something that Terraform didn't always have. Okay, one thing I want to look up. Terraform variable interpolation. Interpolation is when you mix strings and variables together. And there's a few ways that you used to be able to do it. They've changed the syntax so many times. I don't remember what they do anymore. Okay. They expect you to put it in a string, I think. I'm assuming this is the most recent. Is that the case? These are historical docs. So my concern is that that isn't current. So Reddit has some interesting things sometimes for. I would prefer something from Stack Overflow, but here's the Stack Overflow question 4 years ago. This is important information to know. If it's a recent question, it's more likely to be relevant. If it's an older question, less likely to be relevant. So, but we'll keep that in mind. Okay. I think I've read enough. Oops. So what happened there? The reason I typed a K, I was in insert mode and made a mistake. So I backspace, pressed escape to go back into normal mode, and then press K. K is how you navigate up. L is navigate right. H is navigate left. Actually, why am I explaining this to you? There's actually a tutor that tells you how to use Vim. Let's use it. But it tells you all this information. You type in Vim tutor. Most Linux environments have this defined, and it tells you how to do things. And it's like, this is how you exit. Go ahead and do this now. Go ahead. Let's learn how to delete things. Delete this. Now delete this. Now move down. Now save the file. Press X to delete something. And it does a bunch of stuff like that. It's really useful. But quick shout out to Vim tutor. It used to be called, I thought it used to be called something different, but I guess not. Oh, sometimes. Gosh dang it. Auto pairs is an add-on that I'm using that's misbehaving right now. Okay. Let's go back to writing code. I'm not sure what this element is. That's a new keyword for me. I want to learn about that. Oh, where are we at? We're actually over time. Um, I'll do this for another 10 minutes, I think, and then we'll save what we've done, review, and be done. Retrieves a single element from a list. That's a poor name. It could be called something like index or I don't know. Element is just so. This is the hardest thing about programming, actually, is choosing good names. A name should be very intuitive. It should explain what it does without telling you anything. List is very clear. It obviously defines a list. If I had a dot list function, it's obvious what that does. It lists something. I don't need to look at the documentation to know what it does. Element is not clear. It doesn't. I mean, now that you read this explanation, sure, I guess that makes sense, but something like index or I don't know. It just wasn't immediately obvious to me, is all I'm saying. Maybe it's a proper name. I don't know. So why are we using it here though? So we're getting the workspace from the count index? No, we have the workspaces and we're indexing them by the count. I understand. We'll talk about the count real quick. We're gonna finish up this file and then be done. So let me hurry and finish things up. They misspelled something on their page. This is an interesting syntax. I wonder what that's doing. I'll come back and analyze it in a minute. I need to finish. That's the end of this resource. We have one more to write. I am by no means a Vim master. I'm not using Vim to its full potential. You can really use Vim to really move around the document. I still use the basics and I don't use any of the advanced techniques to do some real editing. And that's the whole purpose of Vim. Vim is a text editor. Its sole purpose is to modify a file, like to change the text around, and it's supposed to make it easy, simple, and intuitive. Or not, maybe not intuitive, but simple, or effective. I don't know if it's actually simple, but it's complaining because we haven't initialized it, and that's okay. I'm going to make a comment to myself. Um, that's what we'll do next session. All right, so count. We'll do a quick talk about what we just set up here. Count is an interesting resource introduced in Terraform. It lets you set up dynamic resources. Basically, I'm saying I want multiple resources. Hey, 1 second. I'm gonna talk to my wife for a second. Ooh, 1 second. That's not. I gotta fix that. It's so annoying. I'll have to fix that. Sorry about that. Um, count is what we're talking about. We'll finish this up and then I need to go. And then we'll come back and play some games. Um, Basically, we want to create multiple resources. And she didn't shut my door all the way. Hopefully my voice doesn't carry. I'm loud sometimes. Um, but it lets us create multiple resources dynamically. And we can reference which resource we're currently talking to by getting the count index. So this right here tells whatever our current index is when it's running through the generation of these resources. This count index will be different. It'll be 0, it'll be 1, it'll be 2, or whatever. And that lets us access a specific resource type and reference its implementation. So basically, we're going to define multiple roles potentially for that'll integrate with these workspaces. Based on our current index, we're going to give it a certain value. That's what the count does. And this all looks fine. This is using a data resource that I haven't defined yet. Because this data resource doesn't exist in this file for whatever reason. So we'll have to figure that out later. In any case, let's go ahead and save this up. We haven't done a whole bunch. I'm going to pop D. That pops the stack that we were in earlier. See, this is gone now. Why is this gone? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write up an issue. I have issues on here. There we go. I have a lot of them, actually. Wow, I have a lot of them that I haven't even looked at. A lot of them are private, so you won't be able to see them. That's okay. Bash prompt doesn't show commit log count. We'll leave it like that. This is a template. I don't care about that. Leave it unassigned and we'll create it. So basically, anyone can create an issue. This is the way that you can communicate to a developer that there's something wrong and you want it fixed. I'm using it as a way to keep track of my bugs. So I know what needs to be fixed. So I'll fix that at a later date. In any case, let's go ahead and add this. Push those changes. And there we go. Discord should have a notification. We'll go ahead and look at that. If we come back down here to the Johnsons, we see this new thing that Captain Hook posted for us. Let's take a look at it. It pulled it up in my browser over here. And here's our commit. So we created a README. We created some resources. I'll probably create a still have a reference to where I pulled this information from. That'll be useful for whenever I want to understand the logic behind why I did this the way I did. Because that's important when you're debugging is why did the developer, sometimes myself, do things this way? And having an explanation, even the link that goes to an explanation of why I did it this way is useful. So we have some basic information in there, and this is what we've done today. So, yay us. Now let's go ahead and close things down, and I need to be done. So I'm going to pull this over here for a second. I'm going to create a new group. We'll call our, yeah, we'll create a new group. So we can do groups here. I'll call this one add new group. Call this one Terraform, and we'll make it purple. I don't have a purple tab yet. And then we can move all of these into that group, and voila. Now I can grab all of these and move them over there and collapse them all so that way they're all grouped together. Yay me! Okay, so let's go ahead and close things down. We're done. I don't know why things aren't working. We'll go ahead and close out of that and then just shut down this. It'll merge its checkpoints and we'll be done. So our sticky notes, this is still valid. I don't think we'll update that. That is still our focus. This one, we were going to do it manual. We're going to do it automatically now since I found a way to do that. So we'll go ahead and close those out. And that'll be our focus on next stream to do that as well. So we're going a little late, but we started late, so I'm fine with that. And one thing I'm going to fix too while it has my attention and while I remember that it needs fixed. This scenes back goes to the selection. It does not need to go there. It needs to go to control. So let's go ahead and test that out. If I go to scenes and I press back, I come back to control. There we go. It was sending me back to selection, and that was aggravating. Let's go ahead and save our backup. Backups. Create a backup. And there we go. That saves it somewhere. Meh. And we're good. Golden. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we're done with the science and technology portion of our stream. We will chat about YouTube versus Twitch at the very end of the stream. If you're interested in doing that, you can send me a message on our Discord. Feel free to, there's a link on that on my YouTube channel, on my Twitch channel. Join our Discord if you want info in general. But if you're interested, go ahead and just DM me or a post in our channel about your feelings about Twitch stream versus YouTube stream. Otherwise, just stay tuned and we'll talk about that at the end of the entire stream. So with that, let me go ahead and change the category in which we are streaming. I'm going to show you some gameplay from DBD, which is a horror game. So we're going to move into that sphere. If you're not comfortable with the horror genre, feel free to drop out now. If you're watching this at a later time, just be warned that that's what we're doing. I don't know how this works after it's, I'll have to look into that. But we're doing gaming. And I don't know how it splits out categories properly. Maybe I have to do chapters. There's a way that you can do chapters. Add stream marker. Markers appear in the video editor after your stream ends. Okay. So I've created a marker. From this point on, we're gaming. And I've updated my YouTube, so now it should show that we're gaming and whatnot. So here we go. Let me find us a video to watch. Let's watch our Nemesis game that we played the other day on Monday. Let me find that. It was a fun one. Monday. What was the date on Monday? Today is Thursday. Today's Thursday. So 4 days ago, 3 days ago, on the 6th. Okay, we watched the Oni game. It's silent for whatever reason. And then we played Heroes of the Storm, apparently. Okay, so we played Heroes of the Storm. Yay! I don't know why we had no sound. It sounded like we had sound over here, which is awesome. We might hear Zach's on Discord, so we'll hear him in a second, likely. So just be prepared for that. It'll sound like he's talking to himself, but he's actually just talking to me. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this. Oh, I need to turn on sound for you guys. There we go. We should be able to hear things just fine now. And so yeah, this Nemesis game goes for like 13 minutes. I'll be back well before that time is finished. But we'll go ahead and watch this Nemesis game. I bring Blood Warden. We almost get it played off. I wish I had my voice in here talking about the game. Maybe I'll consider doing that in the future. I had it purposely muted though. I just wanted, and I forgot that Discord was a thing, so that kind of disrupted that anyways. In any case, enjoy your Nemesis game, and we'll be back shortly. Let me go ahead and hide. 1 second, let's do this. No. 1 second, I broke things again. There we go. Fixed. Dead by daylight. Scenes. Desktop. Here we go. Enjoy. I'll be back shortly.
I don't know if you're back. Yeah, no worries. I'm making. So I'll be back in a Okay.
Alright, I'm back. I am back, so I'll commentate a bit on this game now, going forward until we're done. So, let's do it. Larry's isn't a great map. It's a fine map, but I get frustrated with it sometimes. I missed this game was very frustrating for me because I missed a lot of hits that I should have gotten in. I didn't manage the game as good as I should have. I noticed that the survivor should be running over this way because she just used a vaccine. Because she just used a vaccine, I didn't bother using my whip because it wouldn't have injured her. It would have just gotten her sick again, which wasn't what I wanted. I barely make it to a hook because I couldn't find out where to go. I thought there'd be one in that corner, but I was mistaken. It takes 12 seconds, I think, to wiggle out, so she almost got out. That zombie told me that there's someone nearby, so I investigate for where they are. That zombie, when they have their arms raised, means that they were chasing someone recently. She stuns me here, I think. I do this poorly, and I'm not sure what to do, and so I'm trying to come up with a way to do things. She just leaves, and oh, she doesn't leave yet. Hey, I actually managed the mind game. There we go. I see that zombie over there with its arms up. That means it's chasing someone on that gen. I'm trying to be mindful of the gens that are being done because I have only one more. They have a flashlight, so they were trying to get a flashlight save, but they got there too late, so... Hey, bad. That zombie tells me the direction that they're going, or the one of them does. So I head that direction to see if I can see scratch marks. I see that they went that way, circled around, so I responded accordingly. She almost spun me there because I did a lunge. If you want to hit someone, you don't lunge, ever. I don't see her up there, and so I doubled back, but she was watching, and she doubled back after I doubled back. And I see this is a fruitless effort, so I just ignore her and go back to the unhook. Because chasing her is just going to waste my time and take me away from my generators. They're over here somewhere because they healed up, so I come over here to apply some pressure. I use my tentacle because I know I'm not going to get a hit. I saw the other thing on my right, so I chase her instead. I realized that I waste too much time on her, and that was a mistake. I should have gone for the other thing, and that would have been a better chase. Because she's healthy, and I don't get anything here. I think I realized that and just drop chase with her. Yeah. That was Zach's.
There's a human. Kill him. Oh, you passed it.
But
No,
this
it was
is
the
Zach's
person.
pre-recorded,
I
so
saw them. They were
we can't
walking.
interact with him. I saw scratch marks, and I'm responding to him right now live when I was playing this earlier.
He ran the other direction.
So I respond to that, but you don't hear me
I was
because
just
my
assuming
voice
that's why I meant.
my voice isn't recorded on the
there he
desktop
is!
audio,
He
but on a
hit
different
something
line.
right.
So
Oh.
I'm talking this entire time though. I should have just hit her. I don't know why I went for that. She goes for the window and I get a hit. I finally get to tier 3.
Tier 3.
And that zombie almost gets in my way, but luckily just drops just in time. She has to vault or leave because that zombie's there. I missed there, which is a huge, unfortunate thing. But I get her here because she's in a narrow channel and she can't really avoid it. She gets some good distance on me though. I shouldn't have broken that pallet. That was a bad play because I lost critical distance that I needed.
It
So
all
she's able
depends on
to.
how long it takes.
She
to
makes a
put
lot of
this
distance
chase.
on me. He's responding to something I said there. Not sure exactly what. I get her down because she's in a bad position. I hook her right away because I have Blood Warden down here on the bottom right, and I want it to activate, but I don't want it to activate now. That would be bad. So I want them to have a reason to come back and do something, so I hook her right away. Especially because it's her first hook, and I think I knew that at that time. I leave both zombies there because they're going to protect the hook. I saw the other exit gate, and they finished the gen over here, so I assume that they're on this exit gate, and I think I'm right. They get the rescue behind me, though, and I don't see anyone here. I do a quick look around just to make sure. I heard someone behind me, and I get them injured. That other exit gate is not prepped, so I can entertain this chase safely. I make a mistake, though, because there's no way out here, and so I lose the chase. And so because of my mistake, I needed to switch targets because the Fangman got way too much distance on me. It's unfortunate that I got to this one, and I also made a bad decision and went this way, which is a huge detour. So that's mistake number 2. But she fast vaulted a window, which told me where she went.
Such a
And then I just follow the scratch marks from there. So I almost lose it because I pathed improperly. I see the general direction of where she's going. She's going to the exit gate, and so that's where I'm going to. And I think I run into her here.
Like, there's some really good layouts.
Oh, she was watching for me, and I happened to run into the lorry and for whatever reason she's way over here, and so because she's She had dead hard. Because she's way out here, I get her, and I'm able to make a play. Spoiler alert, they actually escape. I think one of them escapes. I know the other two are here. What I'm doing right now is I'm setting up the end game. I want to pressure them enough to where they open the gates themselves. I don't want to have to open the gates. If I open the gates, it's obvious. If they open the gates, then I think I open it. Oh, interesting. I thought they would. Unless you're in a Swift, it's hard to know whether or not someone has opened the gate. I went to check to see if someone was there. They weren't. They're going for the pickup right now. So I need to go and stop the pickup or get a trade. I need to get someone on a hook soon. If I'm going to get this right. So I went for the person that was down because that wastes the healing progress that they did. And then I go for this chase. I think they end up getting the lorry. All I want on this Feng Min right now is an injure. I want to injure her and go right back. I took some unfortunate pathing.
But
so
if you hook her with Blood Warden,
and
she's going to leave.
He's responding to my comments live. And Zach says that she's going to leave. And I'm like, no, I don't think she is. And she doesn't. I was 7 seconds off. We'll see that here shortly. 7 seconds off. They got the pickup. I see the scratch marks. I see the zombie. And so I know where they're headed. I see the lorry up ahead of me. And so I make a decision. I'm going to try to cut her off at the exit gate and get there before she does. And it turns out I'm right. I catch her right here out in the open. If I had followed her, I wouldn't have made it. But because I didn't follow her, this works. I get that just in time, which is awesome. I don't know why I break that. I'm trying to waste time right here. I don't want to pick her up. This timer needs to be down to right here before I hook her. And Zach's...
I think you're going to just have to hook her and...
He's pressuring me to hook her, which is okay. Because I was feeling the stress is like, oh, I don't want them to escape. I want to get my Blood Warden value. So I was feeling impatient and wondering if it's okay to hook then. I was 7 seconds too early, though. We'll see that shortly.
Is she on her last hook by chance?
And she's on her second hook. So, no, she's not. We hook her, Blood Warden activates, and then I just want to book it. I want them to get to rescue as fast as possible. We are at the 60-second mark, but it's going to take 120 seconds for us to get down to 0, which is bad. If I had waited just another 7 seconds, we would have been right here, then started the hook, then the 60-second marker would have started just now, or just now, right there, and then they would have definitely died. 7 seconds is all I needed, give or take. I don't want to down anyone. If I down them, then we go back to the 120-second gray timer. The orange timer is 60 seconds until it completely depletes, or it's 2 minutes. But at this halfway mark, it's 60 seconds. So 120 seconds full. I don't want to down her, so I wait so I can get the pallet and not her. I wanted to fake that I was going for her, but I actually want to get this down. We look at the Blood Warden timer. I have less than 10 seconds. We have about 15 seconds here.
Yeah, they do.
So they all get out. I realize that, and so I think I just go for the down here. I realize that they're healing up at the exit gate. Blood Warden's out, so I go ahead and down her, I think, or I wait until the last second. And they all escape. That time right there, let's go ahead and count it, actually. As soon as Blood Warden runs out, let's count. To see how close I was. Ready? Blood Warden will start counting as soon as it's gone. Until the game's actually over. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds. I was 8 seconds too soon on hooking that lorry.
I didn't know that's what you were waiting for. I thought she was on last hook.
And I was in a high stress, like I was very frustrated at this moment, so I didn't want to throw the blame on Zach, so I was trying to be sensitive about that in the moment, which is why we'll hear some comments from him. But I was very into the game at the moment. But it's by no means his fault. It was my fault for feeling pressured and giving into the pressure that I was feeling. He was just validating the pressure, the worry that I was having in the moment of the game, and that is completely okay. No blame for him. It's all my fault. With that, let's play the game. That was our Nemesis game. 8 seconds. If I could have just waited, if I was patient. Because I was impatient, we lost. We lost. We could have gotten all the survivors. And it would have been glorious. Oh well.
We have Zach's in chat right now. And not in our chat, but in his chat. We might join him here in a bit. For now, we're gonna just do our own thing. One thing too, I said I was gonna save this for later, but I'm gonna mention it now because I'll forget about it. You might notice when you chat, normally you'll see something down below me. It'll show chat down there. I don't have YouTube chat linked into that overlay, so it doesn't show anything. Ideally, I would need to configure YouTube chat, but that's something that I would have to configure every single stream because YouTube chat URL is different every single stream. So I would have to modify that, modify a few other things. I don't know. There's just so many switches and levers and things that I gotta configure before stream, right after I start stream, during stream. There's just so much setup, and that's the last that I'll say about that. Is there's so much freaking setup. And I'm sure there's ways to simplify it, but I'm lazy. I want to do things easy. If I have to do a lot of setup, what I mean by lazy, not necessarily that I won't do things or I don't want to do things or I'll refuse to do things. Lazy means I only want to do something once. I want to configure YouTube. I want it to work. And I want it to work. So I want to put in the work for it once, and I don't want to have to continuously put in work to get it to work properly on my stream. Twitch, I've set it up. I've done all this, overlay stuff and configuration for my stream deck. I've done that all once. I fine tune it continuously, but that's okay. The base configuration is done, and I don't have to redo a lot of it. So I don't mind maintaining it, but continuously doing these things to change and update is annoying. Yeah, you mentioned the chat is a grievance. We'll recap at the end, in case there's anyone else in chat. And see, the only reason we're using... mute the game. The only reason we're using YouTube right now is to reduce our total streaming... how much we stream on Twitch. We have too many streaming hours and not enough followers to support that. Ideally what we need, I just need 3 followers viewing me actively for every hour that I stream. And currently, I stream a lot, and I get a variety of viewers throughout that time. From 0 to sometimes 5 to anything in between that range. And it's not consistently 3 viewers. I need 3 viewers on average, on average per hour that I stream. And currently, Twitch says I have 1 viewer per hour that I stream. So all that means is either I need to increase my viewage, so I need to have more followers that will view my stream consistently, or I need to stream less, and that's why I'm streaming on YouTube. The idea is I stream less, giving people a shorter amount of time to view my content. Because currently there's like a lot of content and they don't want to watch the entire thing, so they just watch snippets of it, and that's fine. If I reduce my content to this big, then they can view those snippets, and it's not as overwhelming to be part of the community. That's the whole idea of it. So if I were to move away from YouTube, I said I was going to have the discussion at the end of the stream, but we can recap then, I suppose. But if I were to switch over to YouTube, and in order to do that, to help people, in order to boost my viewage count, I don't know. Are we still at 1? I don't know. I'll have to look at the Twitch statistics later. I'm just recalling from a few days ago, or maybe it was late last week. We looked at the stats together, and it was like 1 point something. And that is accurate, because I like, for example, last Friday we had 5 or 6 viewers, I think, maybe even 7, all in chat at the same time. And those 7 viewers viewed me for 3 hours. So I got 7 viewers for 3 streaming hours. But when we average that out across the 81 hours that I stream in all, that is a very small segment of time throughout the entire stream. So I usually only have 1 viewer, then a lot of viewers, no viewers, or 1 viewer. So on average, I don't have that amount of viewers. So if I get a lot of viewers all at the same time, that does affect the average, but I need a lot of viewers, or I just need a few consistent viewers. And like I said, that's why we're doing the YouTube stream, because that's a way that I can have focus streams where I can hopefully get my few viewers to commit to just a small amount of time to view me. So that way I don't have to build up a huge community. I just need some semi-consistent viewers that can commit to short periods of time. And that will help me get to that goal faster, if that's what I want to do. If YouTube turns out to be too much of a hassle, then I don't know if I care too much about it. I'll just go the alternative route, which is to build up a community, either through I can go through Facebook, Twitter, I can reach out to friends and other people to come and see if they're interested in my stream. And then they can get their friends, and I can just broadcast and promote my stream in other ways. And getting a higher viewer count in general will eventually get me to that goal. So that's the alternative route. That'll take longer. Doing this on YouTube might make that end result happen quicker if I do it right. This is the great main map for Nemesis. This is called The Game. I don't want to go over here in that corner. There's no one over there. I know that because the survivors never start out near you. They start out closest to you. I hear someone running. We saw the Fang Min right there. I second guessed her, so that way she'd double guess her movement. She thought I was going to pull up the whip. I just want to get an injury as fast as possible. She's going to drop down. We saw the Fang Min over here somewhere. So I'm going to chase her instead. I didn't fall down the window, I did this instead. She's got the bad room. She's stuck in here. She's trapped. She can't do anything. Ooh, dead heart. She's got to leave. Throwing that pile was a mistake. They've had time to finish a gen, unfortunately. And that was a really good gen to finish first. I really wanted to get more progress. We see scratch marks right here. So someone's pretty close already. I hear footsteps to my right. I see someone else in the distance. Oh, I meant to press M1 right there, but I messed that up. Someone's being chased down here. Cutting through the stairs like that can be a trick that's really good on this map. Survivors sometimes don't pay attention to it. She used a vaccine really early. She's injured though. Using a vaccine while injured is dangerous to do. Because... Oh, that was the finished gen. I thought it was an unfinished gen. Let's see if we can cut her off this way. She did drop down. Oh, she's got some distance on me. This is a bad chase now. It was a good chase at first, but I've lost a lot of distance and I don't want to chase her anymore. Unless she comes up here. Okay, I'll chase her now. She's infected again. This isn't ideal though. I want to chase other survivors. She's injured. The other ones are healthy and working on gens. You can kill zombies by throwing pallets on them. There we go. Are you a pallet dropper too? Ideally, I think I want to chase from the other direction. See, now I gained some distance on her. I can't do this too much, but I have bloodlust now, so I'm going to get an injure. We can do this again, Fang Min. They're using a lot of vaccines. She thought I was going to do the same thing, so she second guessed herself, and that lost her distance, allowing me to get there in time. Yeah, they're finishing gens, and I'm not actually pressuring the gens. I don't have surge on any of these. So let's go ahead and get some surge. Surge, the other one, eruption. They finished a gen over this way, so I imagine them to come from that direction. This is a good wall to break down. That's a terrible wall to break down. This is a good one to break down, which I've already done. We're gonna go ahead and apply eruption here, then go back up to the hook. I think someone's gonna be there for the rescue now, and I want to pressure the unhook. I hear someone running. Oh, if I was in tier 3, that would have hit. That didn't hit. What is this madness? That is insane. Both of those didn't hit. Someone's finally going for the rescue. She's trying to get by me, but she can't. They're still getting gens done at a phenomenal rate. Zombo! 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 That was not the play. We exploded the gens. No one was working on them though. We still got some regression, which is fine. We got this phenomenal map, but we're kind of dropping the ball here. I'm not pressuring the gens enough. I'm entertaining bad chases, doing things improperly, not being very map aware. Someone's right here. There they are. They knew that I was onto them, so they left early. Let's go ahead and kick this gen right here. She's not going anywhere. Let's see where she was going. She's headed over to her right over this way. Fangman's right over there on those staircases. And these ones are over here. She's gonna try to make it to that pallet. She might actually make it. Throwing it was a mistake. If she hadn't thrown it, she would have been fine. I don't want to break that pallet now. It's a waste of time. I was gonna go up the stairs, but she's right there. So we're gonna take the hook now. That pallet, by the way, is a dead end. If they ever loot me towards that pallet, they're dead. She got a lot of distance on me. I don't want to chase her there. Let's check on our other gens. Okay. She was here recently and she ran to her right. We're ready to check up on her. There she is. She doesn't make too much distance here. Whew. Lucked out on that hit. Wow, I am glitching harder. What are you waving at? Okay, she chased me away from all the gens, which is bad because now they can work on these gens for free. I see a survivor running over this way. They're almost done with this gen down here. I'm going to ignore that survivor and come for this one. I hear her to my left. We have eruption and pop, so that's going to reduce it a lot. She's inside this room. She left. She went to the dead end, but I guess they finished that gen? I don't remember them doing that. She's going for the rescue. She's not. She's staying here instead. Oh, so close. This can be such a bad loop to do. We're at such a low count of survivors, I don't care. Oh, she actually ran into me by accident. I don't get the hit there, so I'm going for the whip instead. I should have gotten that down. She ran back this way. They healed up. This chase should have been over forever ago. I messed it up, so oh well. Because of that, she gets a little more distance on me. This chase was so bad on my part. That's where they are, doing the vaccine properly. One survivor ran pretty close and then ran somewhere else. There they are. I'm not deaf. Oh, there's a lingering hitbox for that. Okay, so that doesn't go upstairs. Chasing them up those stairs is never fruitful. Where did they run? They went downstairs. To the right. She might have DS, but we'll chase her anyways. Well done. She still has dead hard. Oh, and she's in a dead end. I'm gonna go this way to cut her off her only way to escape. Dead hard. We saw someone else right there. We're gonna go ahead and kill the Yui. Because there's only 3 of them in the match now. I killed one of them off pretty early. Not by design, but this makes it extremely difficult to finish these last gens, especially since they regen themselves. That makes sense though why the beginning of the game went so fast. There's someone right here. They're upstairs. Because they did gens really far away and not close to where I was at all. Let's go ahead and kick this for eruption volume. And then we need to get back over there ASAP. This Yui, not this one, but the Yui before doesn't have DS because she used it up earlier. I could realistically tunnel her and get rid of her out of the game. Oh, I did not understand where she went. How did I misread that so bad? That was a sexy hit, I gotta say. She did not like that hit. Oh my goodness, that was a really good hit. She did not anticipate that at all. Oh. That's just so funny. Woo, playing with fire there. We'll pop that generator. I can't believe they DC. That's so funny. That was such a beautiful hit. They thought they were gonna be able to loot me for much longer, and I just get that hit. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. They're gonna find Hatch, I don't care. I'm gonna pop this generator. They almost got it. Eruption stopped them from doing it. Oh my goodness, that was such a fun hit. Zombo chasing over here. Almost gave him the slip there. I just need to stay ahead of her. We'll give her some chances though. If she gets hatched, she gets hatched. I need to get ahead of her and not be running behind her. There it is. Well done. If I ran ahead of her, I could have avoided the tea bags, but it's okay. My emotions are not, they're wrapped in iron. I'm okay. I'll be fine. We'll give him a laughter face and move on. Come on. Just play the game. Gosh, that was a lovely hit. I just anticipated that they were gonna come back and do a normal loop things, but then I was T3 Nemesis and I knew I had the range. Sorry, I'm in love with that hit. That was awesome. Oh, I forgot to do the daily. I need to bring a Mori. I haven't shown the Mori of Nemesis on stream before. Let's go ahead and play Nemesis again. That was really awesome. That was really fun. Yeah, it's fine. Some people would sometimes even argue that teabagging like that isn't toxic. It's part of the gameplay. I mean, because we are interpreting what the teabag means. We're interpreting it as toxic, but I mean, what else is it supposed to mean? All I'm saying is, as killer, I want a useless action that I can do. I want to taunt as killer. Like this action that he does right there, I want to be able to do that in game. Just go. Completely useless, but I want to be able to like press the #1 key as killer, and as Nemesis go. Oh, hi, Striker. I don't know what you're saying that comment towards, but welcome to the stream. All I want is a killer taunt. Is that too much to ask for? Can you imagine just a spirit, she downs you and then does her taunt? It'd be so awesome. Or Oni, suddenly rage mode. Just taunt. All you'd have to do is the animation that they're doing right now. Those animations already exist. They could just do those in game and it'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, survivors already have a taunt, which is what a teabag is supposed to be. And the purpose of a taunt is to agitate your opponent. So I'd be okay with teabags if I had something I could reciprocate. Because all I have is I can shake my head. I can punch a bunch. I can camp someone. But those are all things that take away from my gameplay. They waste my time. And there's no like true way that I can just... I don't know. That was a fun game, though. I'll have to clip that hit. That hit was awesome. Right, I figured that's what you were saying, Striker. I was just wondering how that fit into our current conversation. I didn't understand the link. Was all I was asking earlier. If you're just stating that as something, then that is totally okay. I just didn't understand the segue, the connection. Segue is the wrong word there. But. I see you're in Discord. I'll join Discord after this game, and then one more game. I'll probably do 1 or 2 Survivor games with you guys if you want to play DBD later. But I'll play this Nemesis game, a Pinhead game, and then 2 Survivor games, and that'll be it for the stream. I started a bit late, so I'm getting to my killer games a bit late. 'Twas just a statement. Very well. And that is completely okay to make. Just jump into my stream, don't even say hello, and be like, we gotta wear masks. It's like, okay. It's okay. Oh, and hello. I'm just joking around with you, Striker. You're totally okay. Make all the statements you want. I'm just poking fun at you. Hopefully it's taking in good fun and doesn't make you sad. I'd hope you tell me if I was bullying you. Because, poking fun at someone can quickly become bullying when it's not wanted or when it's not received well. There's a fine line. And that fine line doesn't even have to be walked, so it's not always fun to push people's buttons or to poke fun at people. Friendship's more than just that. But maybe we're not even friends. I don't know. Are we, Striker, are we friends? Or are we just related? I bring that up because we often I refer to you as cousin. I think I'd consider you a friend as well. Alright, I can go update my Facebook status now. Friends with Aiden. I heard footsteps over here. Maybe it was just the fire barrel. It might have just been the fire barrel. No, that's your job, Soccer Mom. You're the one that bullies me all the time. I hear breathing. There you are. They're above me. They dropped down. I thought they were on a lower level, but they weren't. If this Steve does this properly, he can waste a lot of time. Yeah, I don't want to chase this Steve right now. I've wasted so much time at the start of the match. This is embarrassing. They have a huge lead on me, more than I'd like to admit. And I need to get someone downed, like ASAP. It didn't make sense that the scratch marks I saw, so I figured she was still in the area, and that was the only place that made sense. I don't want to loot this forever. There's a Leon over there. I need to start infecting people. No, you're fine, Sakam. I'm totally fine. Like, it might be fine to go chase Leon. This is a bad chase right now. Because there's no generators over here. We do have Shaq, but I shouldn't be chasing here. She's just going to go back over there. I've wasted so much time. They're going to finish another gen, and I am way behind. The survivors have a huge lead. I heard the breathing. Oh, come on. I need to start injuring people. I don't have half a power right now. The Leon's over there working on a gen, but I don't have the time. Oh, come on. Yeah, this game's over. And she's running over there to where I can't go. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know how to recover this game. My early chase with Steve was so bad. I didn't find someone for so long. I'm not sure how to recover. And I have nothing to show for it. I have no hooks. I have no injured survivors. They're healing up. I need to think about my end game now. Steve or Leon wasn't back there, and I don't have a 3-gen. Like, that's a very large 3-gen to keep. Someone's over here. But see, they're just positioning themselves properly every time. Finally, I get my first infection. First infection, which is not good. Zombies here to help. We're gonna get the zombies for some extra infection, and then I need to get Leon down. He needs to go down now. Crap. I need to get him down with my tentacle because I need the infection. Okay, good. They got off that gen, which is huge. Gosh dang it. We got our power now. And he's going to a strong place, so I'm going to leave him there. He's wasting so much time. The Steve is so good. That zombie's going to keep him off now. I do that to get out of range of the pallet. The Steve is doing a very good job. I imagine that's the gen they finished over there. If not, they're going to finish that gen shortly. I didn't see where the Steve went. They finished a gen on this side. I don't know what to do to recover this game. This is my first hook. If I leave, they're going to get the unhook, and I'm going to have nothing. But I got to go pressure the gens. I don't know. I have a Mori. All I need to do is Mori this game, so I am going to tunnel. That missed? So we're just going to tunnel and kill Leon. That's my only goal this game. I keep going for these bad tentacles. I didn't think he'd have enough time for that. Yeah, I'm throwing the game now just so I can get this Mori. That's all I need. Yeah, dead hard this entire time. Dang it. Sorry, Leon, unlucky person here. Good, we stopped that gen at the very least. I I do want them to get the rescue. He doesn't have DS, which is good. So we, unless that chase was longer than 60 seconds. But we just need the Mori. So we're gonna down him, and it doesn't matter if he has DS or not. He'll die either way. The Steve is over there. He blinded the Zombo. Dang, I just had a very weak start, and they're gonna finish this game because of that. Yeah, nothing I can do here. Steve is injured, but that doesn't matter. He's got a strong place to go. I just need to be nearby so that way I can get a down later. Gosh, dang it. I need to go back to the hook now. They're going to get that soon, and I need to be there for the down. So I can get at least one Mori, and then maybe I can get Blood Warden. I played so poorly that they might be able to just do it. I can't believe that hit. We finally get tier 3, which is awesome. I really need them to get that unhook because I can't focus on anyone else. I can't Mori anyone else if they don't get the unhook. Please get the unhook. Don't let him die. Shoot. Come on, guys. You had one job. They all get out now. I've had two hooks and they all get out. So frustrating. She's just wasting time now. Well done. Well played, everyone. Gosh, I'm so frustrated. Mainly with myself. I had such a weak early game and that was my own fault. Oh, they get out now. That wasn't the Steve. Yeah, I know. Steve is right there, though we saw the Zombo with our arms up. No? You lied to me, Zombo? Oh, there he is right there. I saw a crow go up. Dang it, he got by me. Well done, everyone. I was hoping they would get the rescue so I could get my Mori. Maybe they knew it was fruitless. That was probably the worst game of Nemesis I've ever played. Wow, that was bad. And they played fine. They weren't, you know, like an exceptionally great team. I had no, actually I can't even say that because I didn't interact with them enough to know. I messed up so bad on my own that I never had a chance to actually play the game. We might be able to do some customs. I'm gonna do one more game as Pinhead and then I'm gonna join everyone else. It was unfortunate I didn't get my Mori, but it is what it is. Just a little frustrated on my own. I'll have to rewatch that at a later time, see what I could have done better. My first chase was just bad. I heard the Steve. I wasted too much time looking for him. I needed to get the down quickly, but that middle building is so strong. So finding someone there that knows how to loop it properly is bad, and he knew how to loop it. And then I just entertained the wrong chases. I didn't get enough injuries. I didn't have any pressure the entire game. I just messed up everything. It's so infuriating to mess up so bad. They're in a lobby. I don't know if we can get in a match with them. That'd be nice if we could. And that's particularly bad for Nemesis because if I don't get a lot of people infected early on, they have no reason to use the vaccines until later in the match. And when they use it later in the match, it's actually beneficial towards them. If they use it early on, then I have the benefit for the late game. But if they save it for the late game and have it for the late game, then they actually can have the advantage and make my power useless. But because I never got anyone infected, they had no reason to go vaccinate until the end game, so they had that advantage. They weren't injured the entire game, so they could just work on gens and not be threatened by me. They did a good job, but I think some of them might have had spine chill or just had been map aware. They were always in a good position, doing good loops. That map has a lot of traps. Going out into some of those jungle gyms can be a huge time suck, and that's what I was afraid of doing, and I don't know. I didn't make many good decisions. I was hoping that they would get the rescue. I camped a little too hard. I wasn't paying attention to exit gates. If I had just left, chased someone else, and downed them, I might have gotten another hook and still gotten the injure and down on the other survivor in order to mori them. I was too anxious about getting that mori that I camped them. I proxy camped them to death, and that was unfortunate. Gosh, just frustrated with myself. I could have done so much better. I've played against that caliber of team before and played much better. In any case, this will adjust my my SBMM. So when I say rank now, I don't mean my iridescent grade, but my actual rank is now going to be lower on Nemesis because your rank is unique per killer now. And for a future reference, for anyone, Behavior recently changed their ranking system. So the previous ranks are the current grades, and just to avoid confusion going forward, I'm just going to call the new MMR system rank, and then the old rank system grades. We'll use their terminology for that. So I don't have to say SBMM or MMR. Rank is just easier. It's a single syllable. Why I say more syllables. Speaking of things, did you know that it is actually shorter to say World Wide Web than it is to say www? Let that sink in for a second. World Wide Web is 3 syllables. www is 6. So, speaking of syllable counts. In our attempt to shorten things, we actually lengthened it. This is a long lobby. Load screen, long load screen. Not a great map for us. It might be though, because the lament configuration, actually this is, I take back that statement. This actually could be a great map for us. The lament configuration spawns randomly on the map, so it might actually spawn across the map for them, making it harder for them to solve it. So they are gonna have to run across the map. They have to, in order to stop the box. Which is fine. I didn't want to check, I probably should check over there. I don't want to check the shack. I'm already over here though, so I'm gonna go over here. I saw someone in that window right there. I figured she'd vault the window. She had assumed I'd go around the long way, and I almost did. We have a scourge hook over here. Let's go ahead and utilize it, see if anyone's over here. They are. This is a place I usually never want to loop. Well done. Sprint burst. I don't want to loop the shack, so we are going to tunnel. I probably should have just gone for the Eladine. Oh, she stayed nearby. She's just accepting her fate, I guess. The Scourge Hook is removed because I injured her again. So in order to apply the effect again, I need to hook her again. I got it just in time. I see them there, but I don't care. Let's go hook her on a Scourge Hook to slow down the game even more. It's dangerous to walk through pallets like that, but I did it anyways. Yeah, that Meg definitely gave up. Someone was running behind me. We were close by. Oh, they're over here. They ran upstairs. Let's go ahead and... Oh, they're there. I could hold them in place, but going up there makes no sense. I'll just ignore them. I go for easier prey instead. I don't know how I hit her instead of the Elodie, but whatever. There, I didn't use my power and it still worked. So that's a hex plaything. Whenever you hook someone, they have their own unique hex to cleanse, and that also notifies me where they are. So I have an idea of where this Meg is, because she's the only one I've hooked up to this point. She went to this gen? This gen has recently started. She healed up somewhere. She did her totem and then she healed. I'm not sure where she is. That's unfortunate. I missed. I see someone else over here by the edge of the map. That's Elodie. She's gone now. Oh, I almost got it. Someone's been working on this gen. They lost a lot of progress just now. She's actually led me on a pretty good chase. There we go. Let's go ahead and kick this. We want this to be gone. Someone has the box. She's over by Shack. I don't want to entertain that, but I don't have another person to chase at the moment, so this is okay. Let's go ahead and get out of the Shack and chase her. I believe she'll just run. She stayed. Smart of her. It's hard to use your dead hard properly when you're trying to break the chains at the same time. Someone's hex is over there. I'd like to put her on a scourge hook, but oh, well, the only one was behind me. I wasn't paying attention to that. Oh well. 90 seconds. We have 90 seconds until the chain hunt begins again. They got this done for sure. Oh, that was so close. Yeah, she's just running up to that strong loop up there. Unfortunately, I have to entertain it. We'll go ahead and go chase this person, whoever they are. They finish. Oh, they're taking me out to a bad spot. And they know it. But I got an injure. And I might actually get it down from this. Yeah, they finished that gen for sure. I messed that up so bad. Yeah, they finished this gen for sure. Oh, I was hoping I did that properly. That's okay. We're still practicing his power, so this is fine. She'll vault on this one. Oh, that gen was blocked. Perfect. It'll be blocked for a few more seconds, and then they'll finish it now. I might have enough time to contest it. That's my perk, Deadlock. Deadlock blocks the generator that has the next most progress. I want to see if I can get ahead of her wherever she went. She went out that way. She ran right back in. I wanted to see if I could drop down to stop the hook rescue, but I was unfortunate. Really unable to do so. You can break chains from each other. There's two people to chase over here, so this is normally a bad chase, but I'm okay with this chase. I did that improperly. Dead hard. That gen's blocked again. For the second time. There's no point in chasing now. I have 2 survivors right here. Teleporting would be dumb. Kinda want to do it in any case. I almost picked up right there. I can't use my power while they do that. Someone's right here. Let's go ahead and kill this Meg. They might get the pick up on the other person, but that's okay. I probably should have hooked them first. Meg's dead on hook, though. Oh, I hit the rock. That was a mess up. Unfortunate. They're all over here. I'd like to keep it that way. Gotcha. Well done, well done. They healed up over here somewhere. Not exactly sure where. A chain hunt begins in 60 seconds if they don't do anything about it, though. They're both over here somewhere. I just saw someone way over there. I hear the cube. I heard something right there. That's so weird. I thought that was the cube. Check on this gen over here. Oh, someone else has the cube. This Elodie has the cube. They're on that gen right there. If I down her, then I initiate a chain hunt immediately. I need this. Dang it. She was chained, I thought. I needed that. They finished that gen. Easy peasy. I needed this down immediately, and now she's taking me away from her teammates. I thought she was gonna vault immediately. So this shows me where Cheryl is, which is great. Gosh, dang it. This is a show of my bad ability. There we go. Now I know where everyone's at. They're on the exit gate over there. And Cheryl's just running around endlessly. But it'll be hard to do the exit gate while under a chain hunt. So I might be able, oh, they get it. Easy peasy. Yeah, that chase should have happened much faster. I butchered that. Yeah, she's out. Our best bet is to maybe get the Cheryl, who's right here. I needed that injure. She's running out to nowhere, which is fine. I need chains to stop them. Chain hunt, do something. That doesn't keep her in the match though. Does it? Oh, maybe it does. Dang. Yeah, I was practicing too much. I wasted too much time looking for my own box too, so I did a lot of things wrong there, but meh, whatever. We'll do a quick peek at their perks, see what they had. Spine chill, sprint burst. That map could have been a good map for me, but I just messed things up. I didn't have enough regression, which you don't really need if you play properly. I just didn't do things properly. It's time to go to Survivor. I'm just not in the proper killer mindset for today. We'll see if we can join them. Let's go ahead and jump into Discord and see what's going on. Ew.
Rank 1, he was a rank 1. That
Are you guys done?
Yeah, we just got out.
I'm in
Yep, we
with
just
Joey and
got-
Little Gnome. We could do custom matches. If that suits your fancy. Yes, maybe.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well,
This
I
Bubba
only-
that tunneled people out of the game was getting mad that we said, so tunnel people out of the game and okay. He's like, well, I chased all 4 survivors, and it's like, but you'd never chased me a single time. Like, yeah,
Yep.
you saw me once and I smashed hit you and ran away and you did nothing. You went back to the hook.
Hey Aiden, I can't invite you. You gotta join yourself.
I'll invite myself.
That happens when you're marked as invisible on Steam. Here, we'll do some Pinhead to start off, and then we can do whatever else. Sound good?
I
Sure.
can only do like one game. Probably one small game. I don't know.
You got 30 minutes until your bedtime.
Well, my dad is making me have a earlier sleep schedule, so
Your
Yeah.
dad is making you have
That's
an
fair.
education.
How dare he?
yeah.
Ah, that's scumbag. Caring about my stinking future.
I know, right?
This is such an annoying add-on. I won't bring it. 1 second. This is a really
Water
annoying add-on as I bring it.
It's a cactus, not a water plant.
You're really trying to make my last game the worst. I'm just kidding.
I thought about it, but then I was like, let's not.
I don't know what to go for now. This is... You know, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna be so toxic. Like, I'm gonna be the most toxic
No,
person alive.
Juice, what are you doing? Juice is just thirsty in the desert and was just like, I have no water. So he pees in a hole so that he can drink his pee, and then he hesitates, and then the pee dries up.
What?
It's so sad.
What? What?
Juice Fooderman.
Oh, that clears everything
that
up.
is.
Gotcha.
It's the show Future Man.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a little vulgar.
Is it? That might be why I haven't watched it yet.
They swear a ton, and yeah,
I don't mind the vulgar language. Have you seen The Boys?
no, I have not.
It's a very
Yeah.
gory, very vulgar. But
This show is meant to be really funny, and it's a time travel show, and it's just
Right.
meant to be really humorous, and
But
it's a
it's
really good show that I've seen
Oh.
several times. But the main character Josh Futterman, and he changes. He's just an idiot, and they try to save the world from perfect humans from existing.
okay, interesting.
Because reasons that you think he's fighting for a just cause, and then it turns out the rebellions are just idiots,
Oh no.
and so he kind of just screws over the entire world several times in his own life, and he's just an idiot, but he's funny. It's the same person who's PETA in the Hunger Games.
Right, I remember that. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm going to play this game, and I'll do a Survivor game with you guys after, but that's it for me.
Okay.
If Aiden stays that long. If he goes to bed
No,
early, then
I have to.
okay, then I'll do a Survivor match after this with you.
He's so interesting.
Ooh,
Adam
this
Field.
is going to suck as Bubba. Oh well. Oh, I mean, as Freddy.
Tunnel and Mori Aiden.
I think,
That's-
did I bring him Mori? I think I did. I saw a crow right here. Pretty sure I did.
I saw Justin right there.
There's
I saw
someone.
Justin pass by me.
Aiden, come here. Okay. Alright, here, take this.
Oh, so close.
Thanks. You threw it down just to grab it? Oh my god.
Of course!
Oh, I was gonna go towards it. That's okay. I'll teleport to you next time. And I came.
I just screwed Aiden over.
So you know, Tunnel and Mori 8. Oh, you've gotten better. I don't like that. Hey, how's it going, homie?
I have ears. I know that what you're doing. Oh, I hit a wall there. Dang. Oh, it's so hard to aim from so far away. That's a bad throw. I'm going to do it. Hold on. I'm gonna tunnel and kill Joey. Is this Joey? Yeah. We'll do it. Put some pressure on him. Oh yeah, I have scourge hooks. Totally forgot. Tunnel and Mori Aiden. Dang it, I almost got around the tree.
Oh, you are chasing me.
What is that sound?
Not me.
Eh, why not?
Oh, you're teleporting.
I hate not hearing you. It sucks.
Dang it, I thought I could do something smart there, but I
I
ruined
know.
my pattern.
I knew you were gonna do it too, and I was like, nope.
I messed that up bad.
I got so much distance because you did that. I was like, oh, he's not actually chasing me.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm running around the map.
But no, Joey second her.
Yeah, it is. These gens are really close to each other. Zax is here somewhere.
Am I?
You are. There, someone
I'm not
is.
oblivious.
Yes, I need you to chase me. I need to die sooner.
Come here, Aiden. Tunnel and Mori.
Oh, I'm going toward. This is not good.
Yeah, probably
Hey.
it would be wise to do some gens. I don't know what that was.
That was Devour Hope, unfortunately. Not Hex plaything for sure.
Okay, I gotta go save Joey.
Yeah, Joey's about to die. Here, I'll run away from Joey.
No little
I
ones there.
Okay, I was like, I thought Gnome was gonna go for it.
Hey, then why do I? Oh wait, no, just kidding.
I can go and tunnel and kill Num now. Alright, let's do it.
Taking my chances. I'm leaving match.
Aha! Take that!
Oh, okay.
And take this! Ha! Haha!
Oh, one sec. I gotta.
Oh, so close. You go down here, though.
It happened a little later than you thought.
It did. You did a good
You
job.
you thought I was gonna vault.
Oh yeah, you thought. Well, you thought wrong. Alright, I see scratch marks. Right here. Going that way. Oh, Aiden, I don't want to go over there. I'm not going to chase you that way. Oh, poor Joey. Here, I'll injure Joey, then leave poor Joey alone. Oh, this is Little Gnome. Stop touching my box. You opened the box, and I arrived. I probably could have gotten a hit there.
I really like how you hooked me, and the totem was literally
Hey.
right next to the hook. Like, the totem was literally right next to the hook. It was great.
What was the goal there, Aiden? You think I wouldn't have heard you?
No.
I need to die sooner, so I'm making stupid plays.
All right.
Oh, I totally did. that.
On
I
purpose.
haven't taken iron
Oh, is
will
this
in
not your
so
last?
long.
I thought this was your last hook.
No, no, this isn't my last.
Well, I can't tunnel and moor you if this isn't your last hook.
Can you bring me to a pallet though?
Oh, there's
I don't have
not
power
one nearby.
circle.
I reset a pallet, so.
Sure. Next chase. Next chase, you're dead. You opened the box. And I came.
I like how we did one gen.
I know.
I've just been focusing on grabbing the box.
Yeah, same. We have 4 gens left still.
Oh, did Little Num give up? I wonder if something happened to Little Num. I wonder where Aiden is. You gonna touch my box? Better not be
You
healing
will.
up.
We aren't. Hey, can I get healed real quick before we do an actual chase?
Sure. I'll chase this person.
I still can't find my X placing, so I have to give it up.
It's right next to you. Or it
Yeah,
was.
I found mine was immediately right next to me. Like, mine was literally right next to the hook. And I've cleansed somebody else's, or something else. I don't even know.
Joey's dead, I think. Is he
Yeah,
dead?
yeah.
Don't kill him.
Oh, I don't have a Mori. I thought I brought a Mori.
You do?
You
Or
did.
you did.
Why can't I Mori them? Oh,
It wasn't the more you thought.
I brought a yellow Mori. That's why.
Oh, so I'm supposed to be last to be killed. Here, guys. I'll finish a gen before. Oh, what the heck? You're here?
I keep hearing the box, the sound of the box. All right, ready to be tunneled and die?
Yeah.
Dang it. I'm getting better at those, but I still miss them.
You're teleporting to the bot.
You opened the box, and I came. I gotta do the voice line because it's no longer there. Live. That's what I say to your life.
Why are there still so many chains on me?
Maybe it's the leftover chain hunt from solving the box, or not solving it, rather.
That was like fast. I was like, I broke through all the chains without using any environment, and then chain. I was like, what?
You've been chained. Tunnel and more, Aiden.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I almost got you there.
Oh,
That would have been a
was
smooth
bit too
hit.
close. Oh, I'm leading you to no one
Oh,
else.
you're way too far away. I wasn't going towards you at all. I hear someone above me.
I'm oblivious. Is he over here? I can't tell.
No.
I heard someone.
I heard like chains.
There they are. They're getting the rescue now.
Oh, there, DJ.
He wasn't. I didn't hear him.
Oh, I'm dead now.
It's not like I heard him. I was like, I don't think he's here.
You opened the box, and I came.
Can't find my freaking axe. Holy crap.
You know it lights up, right?
Oh, there it is. It's on the freaking corner of the map.
That'll slow her down a little bit. Is Little Num dead?
No.
Finally, bro, I can see things.
Hey, both got
Right
here.
as I'm about dead too.
I haven't tunneled and moored you very hard.
Well, you can't Mori me, so.
I'm getting much better at
Dude,
those
what
chains.
with these chains? Oh, there's a doorway there. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. Hey, can you wait a second? I totally don't have Unbreakable.
Who am I to take instructions from the survivor? strike that, dude. I don't know if I have time for a Survivor game after this.
Yeah, it's kind of getting late.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
There you are.
that's good.
Oh, that was so close.
Yes! Smash hit value, baby!
Stun validation got me there.
Don't worry, DJ. I'm here to save you.
It's alright, I got.
Oh, I missed.
Well, I need to die too, so that's why I'm coming to. Oh, I can't find you guys.
I saw scratch marks over here. Are you over this way? I left DJ to come find you. Where are you? There you are.
Hey, here I am. I am.
What? Why'd my... I didn't cancel my... That's weird. Oh, I was following Aiden.
Wait!
Wait, how'd you get over there?
I was chasing Aiden, but then I saw blood and scratch marks, and I was like, alright, this is Aiden. It wasn't Aiden.
I wasn't running because I was like, oh.
That's weird. That should have hit. Oh no. Joey, you should have stayed at that pallet. That was a strong pallet. Oh, there's Aiden. Oh no.
Alright, Aiden, he's coming up. He's coming down.
You know it.
Dang it, Aiden, come on.
He's coming up.
I'm gonna hook you, DJ. Then you'll be sorry.
That hit me.
Yeah, we're gonna get you now.
Play. Joey, take a hit. I need you to. No!
Zoe did not take the hit.
He indeed did it.
Oh, there you go.
There
Joey.
he goes.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again. You don't have. Oh, I think you shoot dead. I did. Oh, you guys got the good basement, but it don't matter because Striker is dead.
Riker is indeed.
All right. Good night. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, good night,
Aiden.
guys. Hopefully I solved for a gen or two that we still haven't done.
I know, really. That's okay. Oh, there you guys are.
Yeah,
I
only
probably
brought,
shouldn't announce that. Oh well. What'd you bring?
I mean, I saw you looking at me.
I brought Unbreakable, Tenacity, Power Struggle, Flip Flop. I was hoping to get on a pallet, but I can never find any. There's someone with Smash It. Through them. Just kidding.
I only threw like 2. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't just throw pallets.
Okay, well, thank you again. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. Alright, I think everyone's dead on hook now, so. I don't know if you guys are gonna finish the gens. Maybe. Oh, you left. Was this you? I heard a chain right there. It was you. Give me my box. I think I messed that up. Yes, box, hold him there. Oh, life and smash it. How dare.
Did you not notice my dead heart earlier?
I did. Take that.
Wait, no, bring me to a pallet.
Do you really have smash it?
I do have smash it. I have power struggle
Or
too.
power struggle?
Yeah, I do. I want a power circle smash it.
Oh, that pallet is used. I would have walked through it. Sorry.
I wouldn't be able to get power stroke or smash hit off of it because I just exhausted.
I saw scratch marks.
Lol.
There you are.
So-
Oh, I did that wrong.
But yeah, this is the build I've been taking into all my matches just cause.
We'll play a little gnome, Joey. I don't know if they're watching the stream. I have this up on YouTube and not Twitch.
I know, that's
so.
why I'm not watching it. I don't get notifications that you're on YouTube.
Yeah, this was a 2-day trial. I tried it for 2 days in a row to see how it went.
And what do you think?
I think I prefer Twitch.
Yeah, I prefer you being on Twitch.
Well, if you subscribe and click the bell, then you get notified for here too. But
Yeah, but I don't like watching people on YouTube.
yeah, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. I thought I wanted to give it a try though, see how easy, like what are the hiccups, what are the hurdles I'd have to go through. Yeah, just wanted to try it out. In any case, I got a good bit. That game went a little longer than I intended, and I started my stream late. And I didn't have a very good killer. Anyways, we'll do some Survivor matches or maybe some Heroes of the Storm or something tomorrow to make up for it. So, thanks for playing. Good night.
Yep.
Okay, I'll end call too. See ya.
Bye.
And there we go. We're going to go ahead and close out of everything. My goal is to be done by 11, if not sooner. I can just here begging Striker to do more games, but I actually want to be done with games at 10:30 if I can, so that way I can be in bed by 11 in my time, of course, and so that way I can get the rest that I need. I've been staying up later than I should. So in any case, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and switch our category, which we'll switch it on Twitch, but not on YouTube. So whatever. That was our gaming session. Thanks for joining today. We did some dev work, and I've been dragging my feet on the Terraform. We finally got started on it. Only made a few tangents on the way. And we started playing some DBD. Had some rough killer games. Had a fun pinhead game, I thought. Custom matches. So it was good. Let's go ahead and chat about YouTube versus Twitch, though. Let's have this little chat for maybe 10 minutes or less, and then we'll be done. Yeah, I mean, it's a reasonable goal, I suppose, but it'll only work if I need to advertise my Twitch streams heavily, so that way I get a lot of people viewing my Twitch on the 2 days that I am streaming Twitch. So that way there's like this huge lag of time where you can come and watch me on YouTube if you want, and then I need to advertise Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I need to get people to come and watch me on those days. But if I'm going to be advertising anyways, I think I'd just rather increase my viewage count in general. And that might be, it might take a little longer, but I think that might be the better goal overall anyways, because that's my intention. So yeah, you've mentioned that, and that is a on my end. Like here, let's pull up sticky notes and let's make a pro-con list. There we go. For me, the pros. And then cons. We'll start with the cons because those are easy. The cons is the stream setup. It is laborious. We'll say that. It's a pain. I have to go into the dashboard for YouTube. I have to set up, configure the stream. I don't know how to properly change the category midstream, so I don't know how that's going to work if I want to do dev content, which is non-mature, and then do mature horror game content. I don't know how that works out properly. Getting the live chat to work in OBS is a pain. I have to manually configure that. Setting up the stream in general is just a pain. Everything's a pain about it. So there's a lot of overhead in setting things up to work properly, and I'm just afraid that if I mess something up, then stream's going to be like fall behind, or I'll just have things not working. And I think I should have a link to my Twitch. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure I can check that actually. I'm 99% certain that I put a link to my Twitch on my YouTube. I can go ahead and verify that right now. But it really should have it there. Yeah, it has Twitch on there. If you look to the right of the links that I have there, it has Discord. I think, did I spell Discord wrong? I spelled Discord wrong. Dang it. But I do have a link to Twitch there. So anyways, that's me. From the viewer, chat is difficult. Live chat is difficult. There's not many integrations. Those are like plugins, APIs, etc. So it doesn't integrate well with my touch portal, which I use to configure a lot of things automatically. It doesn't integrate well to OBS. It just doesn't integrate well with anything. It's not built for gaming. Another issue I have with it is followers. It's very hard to get a community around this because Twitch like automatically advertises your channel for people that are browsing, so they can just browse by category, they can browse by game, and easily find your stream. On YouTube, you have to know what you're looking for. It's not as easy to browse by category and find things that you want. So I'm not going to get the attention I need to build a community on YouTube. And then IG specifically for your gaming would be a good idea too. What's IG stand for? And on Twitch, I don't have a link to my YouTube. I might be able to do that. That's actually a good thing I could do. But I think building a community, and from what I've read on this as well, it's harder to build a community on YouTube. You can also, and I've tried streaming on Facebook too. My only concern there is I stream content that isn't always family friendly, and I have a lot of people that might like, oh, hey, look, I know this person. Let's watch their stream. And then they might not enjoy the content, not enjoy the game, and not really want to get into that kind of gaming experience. So, I would stream to Facebook, but I would not do DBD there. I would have to do Oculus, which has a native integration to stream to Facebook automatically, or something else. I mean, honestly, I might be able to do my dev streams to Facebook. We could try that out. The thing is, doing a dev stream on Twitch also gets. I mean, that's how we got Novamix joined on a dev stream. I got a variety of other people on a dev stream. There is interest out there for dev streams or technology and science on Twitch. Facebook would be nice for building a community though, because then I'd be able to get friends and family. But my only concern there is friends and family. I don't know if they'd be interested in DBD. Right. I have an Instagram, but the only thing I use really Instagram I don't use for much except for memes on DBD. Twitter I only use to follow DBD. Facebook I use to share memes between family and friends. Like I don't use those platforms as much as I should, but I really could, and I could advertise things there. For now, my social media platform for the public or for stream is Discord, which isn't really a social media platform, but I'm kind of treating it as such. So it's my own personal place where I'm gonna do things like that. I could do stuff on Twitter, I suppose, or elsewhere, but I just haven't yet. Another issue is monetization. This isn't a huge pain point for me, but it's much more difficult to become monetized on YouTube. You have to get viewers to watch your videos after the stream. If you do live streams, then I don't know if your viewage count then actually matters. So its monetization is different, and it's not very suitable for building a community. That's true. Right, I could have multiple accounts, I suppose, and maybe that would be in the future. That's something I might do. Yeah, there's just like being a streamer can be a full-time job. There's social media to upkeep and interact with a community. Before you even get to that point, you need to build a community. You need to maintain your stream by updating different elements to keep your viewers engaged. You need to create videos and content in order to keep viewers engaged while you're not live streaming. While you're live streaming, you need to have interesting content to provide. And then you need to manage moderators, Discord community. There's just a lot of things to do. And it really is a full-time gig if you want to do the whole 9 yards. But I'm not in it for all of that. I have a full-time gig already as a developer that I quite enjoy. This is just something that I'm doing on the side um, because reasons. And that's something I used to do that actually. I've been clipping things to Twitch. I've saved a lot of clips to Twitch. I tried saving some of them and adding them up to YouTube. If I become a partner with Twitch, I just have to wait a 24-hour period before I can do that. So that's something I already do have a few videos on YouTube right now that I clipped from Twitch that I downloaded and uploaded to YouTube. So that's something I could do because YouTube is good for that. Twitch is not good for storing video content and looking for old videos. It can do that and it's fine to do that. But if I want a long time storage for a bunch of different videos, I think YouTube's the place for that. So that way I can get viewers and people to come into my YouTube channel to see polished content. So I can do some video editing, polish my content, post it on YouTube, and have interesting content there. And you can get monetization. You can earn money through that through viewage count. Not necessarily me live streaming, but just watching my videos over and over from whoever watches them. And I can get that on top of whatever income comes from Twitch. That's me talking about money things. That's not really my goal with this. If that happens, or if that's a side effect of streaming, then that's okay. But I mean, being a full-time streamer is work. Is all I'm trying to say with that. Um, it is a full-time job. You can still enjoy what you do, but all the bells and whistles take a lot of time and attention. And for me, that's just going to come out a little slower because I don't have the time and attention to spend on this. But I think going forward, I'm going to treat YouTube for what it is and Twitch for what it is. I'm going to have Twitch be my live streaming platform. And then whenever I have the time for video editing, which is also something that I could live stream, by the way, I could figure out video editing and do that on stream. And then, I don't know, that might not be interesting, or maybe it would be, I don't know. In any case, Twitch for live streams and then YouTube for polished videos that I would post. So that way, if you wanted to watch content outside of my stream, you could watch it there. Thing is, I just think about like maintaining my YouTube channel. I would need to find a time to edit my videos. I need to figure out how to edit my videos, and that's something I just need to figure out. I mean, for sure, if I can earn something while just doing something I do normally for fun, then that'd be great. I mean, being supported to do your hobby is great, isn't it? This is a hobby, I would say. Right, and anything I did earn, I would definitely just use to somehow update or manage the stream. If this ever does become, if I ever do gain a following, then like when I say gain a following, I mean like a significant group of people. 100 is like what I'm saying. If I ever get that kind of community, then I don't know. That'd be interesting. I think that statement is true. Um, you're definitely pushing for me becoming a partner more than I am. If it happens, it happens. And that is, it's not like it's a soft goal for me. It's not something I'm actively pursuing, but I do have the intention of becoming a partner with Twitch, and potentially monetizing my streaming content. But it's not an active goal. Sounds good. I'll try to remember that. You have this clip. If you clip this, then you can prove it to me that you get an autograph at one point. Funny story, actually. I've already given out autographs. I've actually given an autograph. I remember when I was younger, my parents took me to the Disneylands. And there was someone there. Give me a second. I'm looking up person that said this person. We'll switch the screen. They said I looked like this guy, Lucas Gabriel. When I was younger, I had blonde hair, so my hair color actually matched. Um, so when I was younger, I had the same kind of hairstyle, same kind of color of hair, blue eyes, softer face, not kind of what I have now. I mean, I guess I do have a soft face still, but. Anyways, she thought I looked just like this person. She's like, "Hey, I want your autograph." I was like, "Okay." So I gave her my autograph, and they gave us a bunch of stuff because I looked like this person, and apparently he had visited Disneyland recently. So I don't know. Do you see a resemblance? I don't know. Maybe at one point when I was younger. Anyways, fun little story. That did happen at one point. I'll have to think on because I watched a video once on how to make videos, and video editing is just like my process with when we're doing my dev stream, the Terraform I've been working with. I have a very light familiarity with it, but actually figuring it out is going to be a process. So I don't know if I'd be able to create videos now in a reasonable amount of time, but with some practice, I think I could quickly edit videos and make some interesting content. But from what I've gathered from other people, from watching other streamers who've talked about their offline life, video editing isn't something that's going to happen in a matter of minutes. It would take a few hours to put together a single video that's interesting and engaging. um, if it makes you feel better, that's the only instance, and I was like 7, 8, maybe. I don't know if that's something to actually seek for being. Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be streaming on Twitch tomorrow. Back on Twitch, and we'll probably stay on Twitch from here on out for our live streams. And I'll think about how to video edit. And once I have videos, I'll point them to you and I'll show them to you during our BRB times. So. And there's a lot of cool videos on how to edit. You just need to take the time to make it look good. Putting together a quick video, that's what I currently have on my channel, on my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of quick videos where I just cut, post, and I don't do any really editing other than just editing the start and end times. But to actually do some editing, it takes some focus, and you have to take multiple clips. You need to voice over things. You need to modify your sound. There's a lot of things to do to make it good. Oh, yeah, I don't know if Hollywood would have been for me, but maybe. Who knows? I was a very shy kid. I didn't like acting. I think it would have been too much for me at that age. Yes. Well, I need to get some sleep. So we're gonna end our just chatting here, and we will see you on YouTube tomorrow. YouTube, sorry, Twitch. See, I'm tired. Proof. Thanks for being here. Anyone that is watching this now, appreciate you being here. Anyone that watches this after the fact, thanks for your support. But you can catch me live on Twitch any day of the week. Likely going forward, any day of the week. You can check out my schedule there. Just go to twitch.tv/strach, STRAAKH, and link is in my about page here on YouTube. So check me out there, and yeah, come enjoy some gaming or tech talk with us. Another thing, by the way, stream commands. I don't have my stream bot. That's another con. Twitch, I don't know if YouTube has stream bots or if I can link one into it, but Twitch is just built for gaming. YouTube is not. All right. Good night.